What's up, everybody? So, was trying to get some music on that whole thing. Apparently, it wasn't working. So, oh well. How's everyone doing this morning? So, it's been a while since I've done an early live stream like this. So, um, let's just jump into a couple things real quick. If you're watching the playback, and awesome. Thank you for coming by and watching it after it's live. But hey, I understand some people are busy. It is Saturday, 8 o'clock in the morning for me. For some of you, it may already be 11 a.m. So, anyways, first thing I want to talk about is the populate here. Trying to see if this will work the way I want it to work. There we go. Yo, what's up, Twiddler? Okay, sounds good, man. That'll put us at about halfway sold. So yeah, so as he says, so let's show that, right? Okay, so we got the full game. Oh, that's the wrong graphic. That's the old one. Let me get the right one here. Here we go. This is the right one. All right. So August 24th, 5 p.m., $7 a pull. You're gonna have a chance to win a sheltered the apocalypse etched foil. We have 130 spots. As of right now, half of them have been sold. So once we sell out, we sell out. And once we sell out, that means somebody is guaranteed to pull that thing. So yeah, spots have been selling pretty fast. We're what, August 10th, so it's 2 weeks away. Um, Basically 2 Saturdays from now. The grand prize is a Bloomburrow Play Booster box. You can visit the YouTube channel, or you can visit my Patreon, or you can jump into Discord. All the links are down below. Obviously, if you're watching this on YouTube, I'm not going to put the YouTube link, but you can click my little face there and go to the channel. But there are more prizes to be given away during that, and also if you're a Patreon member, you get little bonuses for buying pools, which could mean extra spots on the wheel and other things like that. So yeah, as you can see, the cards that are shown down below are some of the cards you can get. There's a foil retro frame stomping grounds in the game. There's a subtleties. There's a breeding pool. There's all kinds of different stuff. I'm just Those are pretty good iconic cards. There's other stuff. Let's see if I can grab something randomly. Um, like there's Ochatek, Deepest Might. There's a storm carved coast in the. There's the breeding pool right there. Let's see. There's a lot of stuff in here. There's even some Arabian Nights cards in here. We got a Plaza Heroes. We got a foil Yavimaya Cradle of Growth. There is, let's see, there's a Displacer Kitty in here. There we go. That's a good hit right there. Morgul Knife. That's Shadow Sphere. Trying to show it's a Surge foil. About a $30 card, I believe. A card from the Dark Witch Hunter. And it's actually the older cards are in really good condition too. So yeah, that's just a small taste of some of the stuff that's in there. And then the other thing we got coming up, if you do not happen to get into the pool game, you miss out on it. There is another thing to jump into, which is the raffle razzle dazzle. I know I'm coming up with some weird names for this stuff. It's $2 per raffle ticket. And basically, what's going to happen is I'm just using this as an example, but I'm going to buy the raffle cards, write your name on it, and then stick it in a box. Let's say you buy 10, then you're going to get your name on 10 raffle tickets. And then we haven't determined the date yet for this. It hasn't really had any traction just because of the pool game going on. But I believe once the pool game sells out, people will start buying this. There will be no limit on how many of these you can buy. There will be no limit on how many of these we can sell, just because it is a raffle. But the more we sell, the more prizes that will be given away. What you see on the graphic there is like some of the prizes. That's not all of the prizes. There's 2 foil Warren Soul Traders borderless to be given, a retro frame foil endurance, a commander deck, and it's that commander deck, the one that's on the infographic there. And the main prize is that Emrakul, the World Anew borderless foil. Yes, I do have that card. I have all of those cards sitting right here. So that way you guys can see. Let's blow me up real quick, just so you guys can see. Here they all are. Okay, they're there and they're ready to be raffled away to somebody. If we do sell enough, I might even throw in another one of these. I got 2. I got one in the full game, and I got one off to the side here. If we do get to 250 subs on the channel, I'm giving away a regular Sheldred the Foil. Why do I keep saying the foil? Sheldred the Apocalypse. So, trying to get up to 250 subs there, guys. You can help out the channel, get us up there. That giveaway will happen, and we will be giving away a Sheldred the Apocalypse. We have 3 Sheldred the Apocalypse being given away on this channel. So, you got 3 different opportunities to get one. You can either get it through the full game, you miss out on that. You can get through the raffle probably. It's probably be where the second one goes through. Not guaranteeing that yet. We'll see how many tickets we sell. And then the third one is the subscriber count. So yeah, we'll see how all of that goes. And let us open up Arena here. I want to play some Arena before I have to go do stuff. So, how's everyone doing this morning? It's kind of gloomy here where I'm at. So, why is there another update? I just updated this game. Jeez. Okay. Well, anyways, was kind of I've been playing around with standard, been doing a couple drafts here and there, and I was watching Hillbilly play. I think he's playing right now, actually. And he kind of gave me a little bit of a deck idea while he was um, fiddling around looking at planeswalkers. So I kind of want to look at the new Rawl and see if we can make him, if we can break him, like if we can make a good deck. Um, just because it's a new card and it'd be fun to see if we can come up with some kind of standard deck to break Rawl. Because it's easier in the older formats to break a newer card than it is to break it in a newer format, or like the new format, which is standard. Well, standard's not new, but if you know what I mean, like where all the new cards are, and there's a limited card pool compared to like modern or legacy or anything like that. So as my arena finishes updating for some reason, I just literally played it the other night. So unless they're coming out with like hot fixes and stuff, which is kind of frustrating. So, anyways, how's everyone's day going? If you are watching the replay, comment down below how your day's going. And what card are you most excited about in Bloomborough? What card in Bloomborough has really either A, exceeded your expectations of it, or B, you were just super happy about seeing that card when it got spoiled or when you pulled it or whatever. So, what card in Bloomborough has really taken off with you? I'm actually going to do a video that'll be coming out Wednesday of what I think are the top 5 cards that are influential in standard as of right now from Bloomborough. And then I might go into like what I think the top 5 cards are that are most impactful over all formats, not just standard. So be on the lookout for that. I'll talk about some of those cards and everything. And then I'm super stoked because fantasy season's coming up for football, and I play every year. I'm actually in the works of trying to get a group together for fantasy season. Fingers crossed that it goes through. It'd be really fun to do it with these guys. So, um, and then I've got my like usual groups that I jump into. So I will be doing some content on fantasy football. If you guys are interested in things like that, because this is a gaming channel, I do consider fantasy football gaming. I mean, it is. They do have daily fantasy, for like underdog and other things like that. But and I do that. I enjoy doing that. Um, I know it's not real football, and there are people out there like, oh, it's fantasy football. You have, it's like, yeah, but it's fun. It's something to do. And there's people play fantasy baseball, fantasy hockey, like all these different things. It just, in all reality, in my opinion, and this is my opinion. Okay, everyone has different opinions, but in my opinion, it makes watching any football game funner. Because if you've got somebody, let's just say you've got Jamar Chase on your roster from the Cincinnati Bengals, it actually makes it that much more fun to watch a Cincinnati Bengals football game. Whereas, let's say I'm a Packers fan, right? So normally I just want to watch the Packers play. But if any other team and there it goes, and it can, you know, and I can enjoy the game, why not? Like it makes it just adds depth to the game. Adds depth to your watch time, like all of that. So anyways, enough of that. Let's jump into this. Let's see if there's anything good in the store. Probably not. There never is. Um yeah, my backwoods internet. It's really nice. I love it. Every time I like load into the store always takes like 6 hours. I should have never clicked the store. See, there it goes. Waiting, waiting. We'll just wait for it to respond. But anyways, back to fantasy football. I play in multitude of leagues where it's different setups. Like some will be double quarterbacks, some will have like 7 receivers. Like it's wild some of the points you can get. Oh, look at that. It's all about books today. Is it like National Book Day today or something? I don't know. Don't care. All right. Going back. All right. So let's go into looking at possibly making this deck. Okay. This will be a good dive into you guys seeing how I deck build, and how I've deck built for like going into big tournaments and just evaluating cards and understanding what they do. So like as you can see, I made this like red white mouse aggro, which I've been climbing on the standard ranks. It's been doing pretty well. It's got one of the cards in it that I'm going to mention that I think is going to be very format defining for aggro and stuff like that. But I won't talk about it right now. So you'll have to watch the video. All right, so we're going to select standard. Okay. And then we're going to search up raw. And I don't think I have any yet, so no. So let's go to not collected. Hit OK. And there he is. All right, so raw crackling wit. So why is it that I want to try to break this card? Okay. Well, I feel like this card, whenever you cast a non-creature spell, put a loyalty counter on raw crackling wit. Create a 1/1 blue and red otter creature token with prowess. So it creates protect itself. Then you draw 3 cards and discard 2. So if you have to, you can try to find some gas. And then the last ability is sorcery spells you cast have storm. So hey, what's up, Hillbilly? So that right there, the emblem, is what I want to try to get. And basically, because he has a static ability that whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you put a loyalty counter on him. So if you think about like the Pioneer deck with Is It Phoenix, where it's like casting spells to get the Phoenix back, there's a lot of cheap spells we can play to boost his loyalty counters and get him up to being, at that 10, and then go, boom, I'm going to draw 3 cards, and then I'm going to start storming off on you. And so this is where this can get pretty wild, in my opinion. The thing is we have the game plan. Now we need to build the deck around him to formulate that game plan and be able to live long enough to enact it. Okay. I saw you were streaming earlier. I was going to jump on, but I was like, I got to do my own stream before I leave. So, all right. So here's the thing. I'm going to play 3 copies of it. Okay. That's where we're going to start. Then from there, what we're going to do is we're going to pull up all blue and red, because this is the style of deck we're going to play. We're going to play a blue-red deck. Okay. So things that we want to play are going to be a lot of non-creature spells that we can utilize to do things. So like Sleight of Hand is a perfect card. Okay. A lot of these cards we want to cantrip, which would, one of the cards that sucks it isn't anymore is like Opt and Consider, which that I think Opt might still be in. Is it still in? No, it's not. See, if Opt was still in, oh my gosh, this would be so much better. So we've got that. Let's see. Do I have non-collected on? I do. Okay, good. So this is where we got to start looking. So look, we have an Otter from Eldraine. Ooh. There are certain cards here. Let's see. If you control thermal artifacts. I don't know if we're going to go the artifact route yet. But this right here. Return target creature an opponent controls to its owner's hand. If a gift with promise, instead, return target non-land permanent an opponent controls to its owner's hand. Hold on. Oh, a non-land permanent. See, like this thing is what we want. So basically, we're going to want tempo. We're going to want card draw, and we're going to want removal. And then we're going to utilize, so like, let's say we get Raw down, we create an Otter, and then every time we play these spells, the Otters get prowess to be able to pop off and hit. So let's see, Storm Chaser's talent gives us an Otter. Whenever you cast an instant, see, this might be good, but I'm not sure yet. And it might only be good just to use for the first ability, and maybe every once in a while for the second ability. I would really get it to the third ability. Whenever you cast an instant sorcery, create one. That kind of feels like overkill. I think being a non-creature spell that gives you a 1/1 that also gives raw counters and also, gives you a prowess creature, it might be something to consider. So let's see here. We're definitely going to want this curve to be really low because we want to be able to cast multiple spells in a turn for the storm count. So 3 steps ahead is it's nice, but also look, you have to pump a lot of mana into it. So yes, it's a 1 blue, but then it's like no matter what, it's going to cost you 3 to 4 mana to cast this card. 1 mode. So let's see. Take the fall. Target creature gets -1/-0. It gets -4/-0 until in turn if you control an outlaw, which is assassin, mercenaries, pirates, rogues, warlocks, and I don't know, and it makes you draw a card. That's an interesting possibility here. Now we're getting into the 2 drops. Let's see here. So there's Chart a Course, which draws you cards. There's Curate. There's Deduce. Like a lot of these cards we're looking at for non-creature spells are going to be either counter spells, draw spells, bounce spells in the blue section. Now in the red section, we're looking at more of the burn spells because that's going to be like our hard removal. And with the way the meta has been, in my playing, I feel like it's a very fast format. So we're going to want to be able to tempo or not have as many dead cards in our hand, aka like counter spells, because if they drop things fairly quickly, a counter spell will rot in your hand, especially if you're on the draw. If you're on the play, it's a little bit easier to justify having a counter spell because you could possibly tempo that turn 2 drop. But it's you're on a coin flip right at the beginning of the match to decide if that counter spell is going to be good or not. Duelist of the Mind is an interesting possibility just because it does have such a big butt for a 2 mana. It's a 3 cost. Yeah, it dies to lightning strike and other things. I get it. But then we're also going to be trying to draw cards. So Duelist of the Mind is equal to the number of cards you draw in this turn. Whenever you commit a crime, which we will be doing quite a bit, you may draw a card. If you do, discard a card, and then this ability triggers once per turn. So that is an interesting like possibility to put into the deck, right? Because it's got the card draw. We're going to be committing crimes. The flying is helpful. The vigilance is really helpful. And it's such a cheap creature to have such a big toughness on it to block a lot of the 1/1s and the 2/2s. So let's continue looking. Impulse doesn't seem bad. Fairy Mastermind helps with the rogue aspect to be able to draw cards, flash it in. I don't know if it's really something that we want to look at. Experimental Augury is similar to Impulse. The only with Impulse is you don't get to proliferate. And proliferating might be good with Raw. So imagine doing Experimental Augury and then putting a counter on him and then proliferating again to put another counter on him because of his static ability. So like for quote unquote, and it's not really card draw, so it kind of gets around Sheldred if they're playing, because there is mono black out. Mono black is still prevalent. So that helps us get around that whole draw concept of Sheldred. But it doesn't help for Mastermind. So like you kind of have to like weigh these options as you go. So I'm just going to put them in for now just because it has that ability. Moment of Truth is very similar, but only you put 1 to hand, 1 to graveyard, and 1 to bottom. Let's see here. Pricklock Prankster could be good. The only thing we'd really be wanting is instant or sorcery. We don't really care about the fairy part. And it's an instant speed. Another good body creature to help with blocking and everything. I think we might, and it's funny, we're building something very similar to Izzet Phoenix in Standard right now. So this is why and Izzet Phoenix is a really good deck. So why not, if you can't beat them, join them. No, I'm kidding. Anyways, we could play Runaway together just for the fact that it would bounce back like our Picklock Prankster, or like save one of our other, like maybe the Duelist Mastermind or something like that. Rona is also a decent card to play. The only problem is we're not going to be casting a ton of legendary spells to untap it. So it's more of like, I'm going to have it as a 1/3 blocker to draw and discard. Oh, excuse me. To try to get there, So Confounding Riddle is one of okay, so this is a prime example of a decent counterspell that won't rot in your hand, because you can utilize it to dig, or you can use it as an actual counterspell. Yes, it costs 3 mana, but typically when you're countering a spell to make them pay 4, or pay the 4, it's gonna be on something like an Atali or an Atraxa or a Breach of Multiverse or something that they're tapping huge down for. That you're like, nope, that's a backbreaking spell. I can't let that resolve because it's really gonna like lose me the game. And it's definitely something you don't want to play like 4 of. You play like 2 of them. so that it's like, oh, it allows me to look for a card or I can counter something, but I'm not going to draw it all the time. Frolicking Familiar. This is a decent creature for the deck because it's a 1 mana ping. You know, you can just boop 1 damage, which is really good in this format right now. There's a lot of creatures with 1 toughness. And then later you play it as your beat stick. You have a 2/2 flyer that whenever you cast an instant sorcery spell, it's basically has prowess, but it's only instant sorcery spell, not non-creature spell. So this guy, I would actually like to play 2 of him. Because it being a 3-drop, I don't want it too much. The 1 damage isn't going to be too particular, unless, of course, we have the Storm. Then it's like basically turns into Grape Shot, which is amazing. So yeah. So let's keep looking here. And then the other like big dude I would play is Hadi Djinn. So we'll go with 3 of him. We don't want too many of him, but we don't want too little. So, and then we're definitely not going to play 24 land here. This is going to be like a 22 land deck. So, all right, let's jump over to red because I don't think there's any more. I want to get some red in here before we start like making this literally mono blue splashing raw. All right, so let's see here. So here we are with red. What's the builder's talent? We don't really care about that. Let's see here. We definitely want some burn spells. So one of the main spells. So we're trying not to be super aggro-y. Because I know a lot of people are like, oh, put Swift Spear in. It's got haste. It's got prowess. Put in Heartfire. And no, like we're trying to be. It's going to be controlling in a way to where we want to be able to take things out. So definitely want to play some shocks. We'll play 3 shocks. Just because it's not hugely detrimental. But it's also, there's a lot of creatures out there with 3 toughness that we got to like kill. So we don't play a lot of permanents that we can sack to this for bargaining. Let's see here. Trying to think if there's any real artifacts out there that we care to kill. Probably if we were to build a sideboard for this, we'd probably put a Braid in the sideboard. Let's see here. What's Artist Talent? What's this one? Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, you may discard a card if you draw a card. Non-creature spells you cast cost points to cast. You have a source you control would deal non-combat damage. See, now this actually has a little bit of merit to it because you can play it and then you can loot. It's like reverse loot. You discard to draw. So if you're drawing too many lands or anything like that, but at the same time, there's a lot of cards. I feel like we're going to be going through a lot of things here. So I'm not sold on it, but it could be a possibility. Let's see here. There it is. Caught in the Crossfire. See, I would much rather pay 3 mana to play Brother's Hood End rather than play 3 mana because you get 1 additional damage plus it hits planeswalkers. Let's say Liliana's out there. Liliana's a little bit of a pain to deal with. So we would much rather have Brother's Hood in to be able to do that. So then Galvanize is really good for us because if we can draw 2 or more cards in a turn, the problem is we're not really playing much things that draw, but it is a lightning strike that can be upgraded. Let's say we have Raw out and we decide to draw 3 cards and then discard 2. Then now Galvanize hits for 5 and we can kill Sheldreds. So I like Galvanize. Let's put 3 of those in. Let's see what else we got here. We got 6 more cards to put in. This card can be really good. I've played this card a couple times. It's just not for this deck. This card is decent. You can discard, create it. They gain haste. The only problem is trying to get rid of it and all the other stuff. It could be good because we can discard. What's up, Real Wiz? We could discard, draw the 2, then galvanize something. It's a non-creature spell, so it will still put counters on Raw. It'll help us dig if we can't find answers. I think it's a good 2 of. We don't want too many of it. But it'll still do, it'll do something in the deck. It won't be just a complete whiff. You know what I mean? Obliterating Bolt. If only this did at 5, it would probably be really good. That sucks, man. Sorry to hear that. I've had that happen where I'm, doing something and then the game just disconnects and I lose and all that. It's annoying. Scalding Viper could be good in this deck. Being the only problem I have with it is that the ability of returning target non-land permanent to its owner's hand, cost 2 as a sorcery. And the other part is good. It says whenever an opponent casts a spell with mana 3 mana or value, deals 1 damage. I just don't think it's a fit for this deck. Yes, we're in blue-red. Yes, we're doing certain things like that. I just don't feel like this is good enough to include. Now, who knows? We could eventually what's the word I'm looking for? We could eventually edit the deck and put it in and try it out or something, but I don't think it's going to be something that makes a cut for the first iteration here. Yeah, no. Mono red is mono red. Mono red has been around since the history of Magic. That deck never dies. It's in every format. And it's a deck that they continuously make viable so that it can keep being played. Yeah. So, all right, let's get this finished up. We got Aggregate Assault, which is basically an upgraded Abroad. Throw a Possibility and Demand Answers are both cards that I like, just for the fact that we can get... Let's see, what is this over here? Rawls Reinforcements. This gets you those. So we've got, let's see, 22. So 4 cards left to put in. I think what we're going to do is we're going to put in... So basically, this deck, I'm revolving it around Raw. I'm trying to make it a non-creature spell deck that does some fun things and gets you to a point where you're able to do his ultimate, and then you basically like storm off and kill somebody through a shit ton of damage of like a shock or a galvanize, or actually it's only creature, so we probably won't be galvanized, but shock or where is it? Frolicking Familiar, where you basically turn your Frolicking Familiar into a grape shot. Or you just have a ton of instant sorceries in the graveyard and Hadi Djinn beats their face in with a Frolicking Familiar or a ton of Otters. So that's basically what it is. It's like blue-red Otter Storm is what I'm kind of trying to make here. So this could be decent, just for the fact that you can make an Offspring, and then every time you cast a non-creature spell, you're dealing 2 damage to them. I wouldn't mind putting 2 of these in just to try it out, and 2 of these, and then we'll do our lands right now. And so let's go over to lands for blue-red. So as far as blue-red lands go, we've got Restless Spire. which I don't know if that's any good. First strike, no. We definitely want some Spire Bluff Canals in there. And some Thundering Falls. And let's see to take out that. Do I care about Eroded Canyon? Let's see. That's 9, 10, 15, 22. Okay. So that deals 1 damage to target opponent. Let's play 2 of those. Cut 1 of each of these. So, yeah. The Lizard with Landfall. I don't remember seeing that one. Let me see here. Let me go over to red. We're not going to be doing tons of landfall, so I don't know. Maybe it might be good. Oh, he's black. No wonder. Okay. So let's go ahead and craft all these. Finish deck. All right. So let's go over here. I want to choose a different sleeve. Let's go with, I don't know what to use. I have so many. Let's just go with Narset. I like Narset. All right, so let's test this deck out. Save and exit. I don't know how good this deck's going to be because, you know, sometimes it takes a little while to really like fine tune a deck. I don't want that one. Let's see if we get some. Oh, red. Nice. All right. So let's go ahead and change the deck here. Nope, not that deck. Let's go to this one. And let's play. Was just talking out of Bloomburrow. Shit was crazy. White ones are sick. Yeah. There's a lot of good cards in Bloomburrow. Rough draft is always rough. Yeah. So like I've done a lot of deck building over the years, a lot of prepping for tournaments, and I don't know how many times I can tell you that I've built a deck and then immediately scrapped it after playing it for an hour and go, yeah, this is a terrible idea. I don't know what I was thinking. All right. So we're only playing 22 land because the curve is so low, and we do have a lot of getting through the deck as far as like drawing and things like that. So because a lot of the stuff costs, I think the highest cost is raw at 4. So we don't really need a ton of lands. Like, this is perfect. This is a perfect hand. All right. So let's go ahead and go with this. So we're probably playing against a red-white deck here. So we're probably going to need to find some kind of burn spell here other than Galvanize. So let's see if we can find something here. We'll just go ahead and take this other Spire Bluff Canal. Okay. So he hasn't really done much. I want to save the Experimental Augury until after Raw is down if I can. Because right now we have a ton of things to do. So I'm not too worried about this. Okay, so he's definitely going into that situation. So I think I'm going to go ahead and demand answers here. We're going to discard this mountain and draw a mountain. Perfect. All right, so let's go ahead and play a Thundering Falls so we can see what our next card is. We're going to leave that there. That definitely helps out Raw. So let's go ahead and end the turn. Yeah, right. I've done that. I've built a deck and I'm like, "Oh, this is really good. I'm gonna do really good tomorrow." And then I just absolutely just annihilated in the tournament. And it's like, well, that didn't work out. All right. So here's the thing. Do we go ahead and play this and then play this the following turn because then he'll take 2 to the face and then we can play another otter? Or do we go ahead and play the raw? You know what? I think we're just going to go ahead and play the offspring here. That way we can get something on the board here because I haven't seen him play anything yet. So I don't know what he's actually trying to do. And then in this case, yeah, he's got burn spells. Okay, so he's just sitting back, not really doing much, it looks like. Oh, maybe he doesn't have burn spells. Okay. Temporary lockdown. That's fine. I'm okay with that. Okay, then. Let's go ahead and play. I think I'm going to play Hadi Djinn here. That leaves up Galvanized. And then if that sticks, next turn with Raw is going to be wild. Okay. So we're not going to be able to draw another land here or be able to do anything. So he's got Get Lost. So that's fine. So he's playing red, white control is what it looks like. So that is perfectly okay. Okay. So let's go ahead, play Raw. He's probably got another Get Lost or something. That's fine. Let's go ahead and make a dude here. And then I'm going to go to this guy here. Because why not, right? If it's a land, we play it. It's not. So let's go and leave that there. I'm really hoping this Raw lives. I doubt it. Okay. Raw lives. Great. Okay, here we go, guys. This is going to get fun. All right, so let's experimental augury. Let's see what we can find here. Let's go ahead and take this land. Or, yeah, so we can play another spell here. And then go ahead and submit the proliferate. Oh, this is so gross. Oh, go ahead and proliferate again. Look at this. Let's take this land so we can deal damage next turn. Submit. And then let's go ahead and proliferate again. Oh, this is so gross. So gross. Did he concede? He did. We did it in the first game. Look at that. Oh, that was beautiful. Did you see what I mean by saving those experimental auguries? Like, that was gross. Oh, man. If we could do that every game, I'll be super happy. It's so wild that it worked out in the first game. Like, as you can see, like, casting the spell, proliferating, putting 2 counters on him, and I hadn't even used him yet. And then we got him up to, like, and then getting the map explorer was even greater because then we could keep proliferating the 1/1 counter on our creature. Oh, that was so gross. All right. I just realized I wasn't playing in ranked, which kind of irritates me. So let's go ahead and put it. Oh, that was ranked. Was it? Oh, okay. So I guess, yeah. Okay, let's go again. I didn't realize. I thought that wasn't ranked. Okay. I like playing ranked just because I feel like you're going to play against more of the upper tier decks than you will if you're not playing ranked. And that's what we built this was to play against the decks that are, out there in the meta. So I'm sure somebody else has came up with this deck, um, but if they haven't, then you saw it here first. All right, so let's go in Thundering Falls so we can see what this top card is. I like it that it's a land, so we're going to keep it. All right, so he's going to Surveil as well. He likes it. So let's go ahead and play our land. Let's go ahead and play Sleight of Hand. I'm going to take the shock here just because I have the one red open, and in case something comes down that we don't like, we can kill it. So, but if not, then we'll just save it. There it is. That's the one. Okay, so let's go ahead and he's going to get his landfall trigger. That's fine. See what I mean? This is why we took the shot. Pew! That's fine. Get your land, deal another damage, and it's gone. Yeah, no, I hear you. I see it. It's fine. All right. Let's go ahead and get another red down. And then let's go ahead and in the turn here. I'm probably going to experimental augury just because I want to find certain things here. Enters. Okay. So is he playing some kind of mill landfall deck? Ooh, gross. All right. All right. So there's our roll. Let's take that. We're gonna submit 0. We're gonna bounce this back to his hand. Well, if he's got 2 of them out, like if he's got 2 of them out, or he's got it and the offspring, then what happens is you get a lot of and then this guy right here, this thing, if you have a ton of lands in there and you sacrifice him to bring it back, you get a ton of lands into play, and then it pings for a ton of damage. All right, so here we go. We're gonna play a Thundering Falls. See what's on top of the deck. I don't want that, so we're gonna put this into the graveyard. Let's go ahead and experimental augury right now. I like the shock, so let's take the shock here. And then I'm just gonna go ahead and get rid of it now, just because I don't want him doing anything with it, like fighting my otter and then attacking my raw. So let's go ahead and make a raw, or make a little otter, and then we're gonna attack for 3. Yeah, so this guy right here, this aftermath analysis, what they're doing is they're trying to fill their graveyard with as many lands as possible, and then they sacrifice him to get all those triggers to just be like pew 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 pew. So yeah. All right. So hey, Miss Hillbilly. All right. So we're gonna go ahead and play. We're gonna play this to get Raw up to 10. No. No, we look at more cards with this. Plus, he'll live with his ultimate. They get bigger. We'll take the sleight of hand. Submit 1. Now we're gonna activate the ultimate. Damn. Okay, we're gonna play a land, see what we get on top. That's no. We want to draw actual spells because we have one already in our hand. And then I think what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna pass the turn. We have Raw protected. We can Confounding. So this is where Confounding Riddle comes into play. Okay, like I was talking about when I was deck building. If they play a spell right now that's gonna, make it to where we can't do some fun stuff next turn, we counter it. If not, then we can use it as a way to, go digging for certain spells and stuff. So we're gonna go ahead and block here. Let's see if he's got some kind of trample effect. Probably not. Okay, so that's fine. Okay, so this is where I don't want him getting 2 life, and I don't want him having this for later. So we're just going to go ahead and counter it. That's fine with me. He doesn't really have a ton of lands in the graveyard. That's not good for him. See, he's got like 1 land in the graveyard. All right. So this is where we play, let's see, whenever you cast a non-creature spell. Okay, so this is going to take a little bit. What's up, TCG dude? It's going to take a little bit of thinking here. So I think what we do is we play this. And we discard this. Draw 2 cards. Okay, so that's good. So let's go ahead and play our land. Oh, this is so gross. Okay. Let's play this. And we're going to bounce this. And then we're going to bounce this. And then we're going to play a sleight of hand to get multiple sleight of hands here. I guess we'll take the island. Take the Spire Bluff. And then we'll take this. There's our blow off steam. Oh, yeah. Okay. So then, let's see. We're at 3 storm count. Let's go ahead and play Demand Answers. We're going to discard a card. Get to draw a lot of cards here. Okay. And then we're going to blow off steam. Starting to see how this is working there, Real Wiz. We're playing Storm and Standard, guys. This is fun. All right, now we have to discard 3 cards. Well, this is easy. Discard 1, 2, and 3. Yeah, so like this, so I have to give Hillbilly like a little bit of credit to this because when I was watching the stream yesterday and he was going over the planeswalkers and stuff, he brought up Raw and was talking about, and I was like, oh my gosh, Raw can be so sick if you build the right deck around him. Like He's stupid good. Like, he's literally Storm in Standard. So, I used to play Blue-Red Storm when Modern first came out, and that was, like, one of my favorite decks to play. And because it's a very analytical math deck, like, you have to know your cards, and you use Sleight of Hand, you use Manamorphose, you use a lot of cards that will draw you cards, filter through the deck, help your mana, give you lots of mana, things like that, like, Pyretic Ritual, things like that. And it was just such a fun deck to play because if you knew how to go through the deck and play it, and you basically were goldfishing every match to get to the point where you could deal enough damage to kill your opponent with Grape Shot Storm. And so this basically feels like Storm, but in Standard, it's a little bit slower than the Modern Storm. But it still has that same vibe. So I don't know. I like it. I think it's really fun. I'll keep tweaking it. But so far, the first iteration, I mean, we've already won 2 games. Mind you, we haven't played against like Mono Red. We haven't played against Mono Black. And some of the other decks that are out there. So, all right, they're going first. This hand's actually decent if we were to be against Mono Red. So I'm just going to go ahead and keep it. It's not too bad against Mono Black either. Okay, so white. Okay, so he could be white-green. He could be white-red. Let's go ahead and play Spire Bluff because that allows me to either ping or shock. I don't want to Sleight of Hand yet because I want to see what he's playing. The more information you can get, the better you can make your Sleight of Hand because you're going to look at 2 cards and you're going to have to choose which one you want. Okay, so it looks like he's white, black, black. White, black, bats. Wow, words are hard. Okay, so that's fine. We're just going to go ahead and blow off some steam on it and flick it. Doo! And now we're going to play Sleight of Hand. Now that we know what he's playing, okay, we're going to go with the Spire Bluff here. Just because it's a dual land that will come and play untapped. And then we have a shock ready to go if we need to. Phyrexian Arena. That's fine with me. All right. So, and we drew Raw. Okay, so here's what I'm thinking. Is he going to play something that we want to counterspell? Or do we think he'll play something? I feel like if he played Arena, he's probably trying to dig for answers. So that means we need to keep digging for answers. So let's go ahead and play an Invasion of Mercadia. And we'll discard our mountain here. And more likely... Okay, so we have it into the Flood Maw. That's good. In case he wants to... in case he plays something that we wanted to counter, then we can counter it, bounce it, and counter it as far as creature goes. Yeah, that's fine. And then this is where we go ahead and shock it. Yes. And yes, I will pay the 3 life. Essence Channeler. Okay. This is where having it into the Flood Maw is really good for us. Okay, so what I want to do is I want to just sit back and wait now. Because what I'm going to do is demand answers, discarding this, and then we're going to into the Flood Maw onto this thing as he's trying to like build it up and everything. So this actually might be a hard matchup for us, just for the fact that we need to find... See, there's a Shelter of the Apocalypse. See, this is what we saved this for. Yeah, not happening, bro. That will make this game go out of control really quickly. Okay. So let's play our 4th land. And we're back to the same resolve here of what we were going to do last turn before he decided to play Sheldred. That's fine. Another Phyrexian Arena. Okay. Let's go ahead and bounce this now. Resolves. Yep. Okay. Let's go ahead and demand answers here. That's a good card to draw. Okay. So let's go ahead and galvanize this thing now. And since I'm not really going to play anything, I'm just going to play this guy down. Because we're going to have to start putting some offense or defense in the air soon. So this is actually a really tough matchup. So let's see what happens here. Just for the fact that he's got 2 Phyrexian Arenas, he's drawing 3 cards every turn, which is pretty good for him. Okay. Oh, that's not good for us. Okay. All right. So everything is those things are gonna be solved, and he's got a big ass creature. No, I got flyers, but it's a matter of, am I gonna be able to do anything? All right, let's go ahead and sleight a hand here, see if we can find something. There's a Hottie Djinn. I don't know that that really does much. Let's go ahead and play it. And we're going to go ahead and do no attacks here. The only thing I can hope for is he drew like 2 more land. Oh no, he just draws enough. That's cool. Yeah, so this one, this is going to be gross. I'm just dead to the combo. This combo right here. I could bounce it, but the thing is it's already going off, so it's like I'm dead. I just want to see how this deck works so that I know for the future. So that's yeah. So he's basically, this is like Amelia combo in standard. But what's up, super fast? Thanks for stopping by. We're testing out a new standard deck that I made today. It is Red Blue Storm Brawl. Right now we just got annihilated by bats, which that's fine. We're not going to win every game, obviously. It'd be nice if we could. But it's nice to know what that deck really wants to try to do as far as combo goes. So I think, what we need next time is to maybe save our burn spells a little bit more to kind of counter that combo. But we'll see. See if we play it again. I mean, so far the deck has been performing fairly well for the first iteration. What did you get to plat with and bats are real good? Yeah. Bats are good. I think bats are one of the better decks right now. I think they're a little OP, just because they are so low cost, and then their leader or legendary, the bat legendary, is super good. So, yeah, this hand isn't bad. We'll keep this. Opponent goes first, so it's black green. We'll go and play the red just in case we need to shock something. Plus, it makes them think we're mono red, maybe. The game within the game, trying to get your opponent to think you're a deck that you're not, and then they play differently. Ah, see? There we go. Ramble familiar. He's trying to ramp. I'm not going to allow it. All right. So let's go and play this. That way we can experimental augury. Try to find some things here. Plus, it gives us another instant or sorcery in the graveyard for him to go for the throat on our Hadi Djinn. Oh boy. Land, or land? I'm going to go with the Thundering Falls just because I want to be able to surveil land away if I have to. Oh, more land. All right. Let's go and put 22 land in the deck. Now we've seen 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 land already. Oh, an Assassin's Trophy. Cool. Let's go get a land. Go get a mountain. I was half right. I mean, I said go for the throat, and he on my Hadi Djinn, but no, he decided to do something else. We'll go ahead and keep that there just in case. Let's go and play another Hadi Djinn. Another Assassin's Trophy? Cool. We didn't want the shock anyways. Take action. The more we can thin our deck, the better. Plus, he's ramping us. So if we do get a roll and we start like really gripping into these things, oh my goodness. All right. This isn't good. Nope. We don't need that. We need something better. Like a galvanize. Galvanize will help. Well, he's stuck on 3 land. There's a 4th land. Oh, there's something we can use. Okay, let's play this. Go and discard this. Well, that didn't do much. Go ahead and take a point of damage there, bud. And let's go ahead and intern. Yeah, 22 land, and we're drawing nothing but land. He didn't want to remove 3 counters from this? That would have been nice. Eventually, we're going to draw some gas. Really? Really? You must have some reanimate spell? Oh, he has another one. Okay. Let's go ahead and look into what we can find here. I'd rather have this. Picklock probably won't do us much. Oh, that helps. All right, so let's play a land. Slide a hand. Confounding Riddle is going to be good. So let's go ahead and bounce this. And then we'll counterspell it. Okay, can we draw land? Do we draw a land? We drew a land! Awesome. Look at this. Look at this. Look at all this land. It's amazing. My opponent just saw all the land. Okay, we got 2 turns. We got 1 turn. I want him to see how many lands we have. Just so he can see how lucky he got. Oh my god. Yeah, we're not going to win this. It'll be good. It'll be lucky if we do, but I doubt we're going to win this. So I just want him to. Yep, there it is. All right, let's just move on so we can get to the next game faster. We all know I'm going to lose. He's going to activate this. We're dead. Blah, blah, blah. All right, well, play 22 land, and we draw like 14 of them. That was insane. We drew let's see, we played 3 experimental auguries, 1 picklock prankster, and 2 sleight of hands, and then he assassin trophied us twice. Like, that was wild. That was wild how much land we got. The algorithm really, really wanted to fuck with me in that game. It's like, you did too well your first 2 games. Yeah. The game legit was like, you were too powerful your first 2 games. We're going to have to slow you down a little bit. We don't want this deck becoming too powerful. And the thing is like, I'll play a land every turn because the more lands I have out, the more spells I can cast once Thrall's active. So it's a good thing to have the land, but you got to have a mixture of land and spells. Like, it's just, come on, game, get your shit together. All right, we go first. Yeah, I don't hate it. We'll go ahead and keep it. Could be worse. Yeah, I used to play Yu-Gi-Oh back in the day. It's total trash now. I don't play it anymore. It was good back in the first like 10 sets. We'll go ahead and keep that Hadi Dijin. I like that. Let's go ahead and erode him for 1. He will change his list. Yeah. Oh, we're playing America the Beautiful here. He's playing red, white, blue. All right. So here's my thing. Do I want to play Demand Answers? Do I want to play Picklock? I think I want to play Picklock here. Because if we fill the graveyard with some instant sorceries, it helps Hadi Dijin. Or we just get rid of a bunch of random crap we don't need. That's cool. I like that. So yeah, we're just gonna go ahead and play this. It's a 0/4, but you know what? It lets us cast all of our stuff for cheap. All right, I don't think he's got an actual creature that we want to care about with this. Is to fill up for our Hadi Djinn. And if he wants to counterspell and not have anything up, that's great, because then we'll just slam Raw and start going to town. Oh, we drew land. Awesome. All right. Let's play this land. I actually want to keep that. So let's go ahead and swing. And then I'm going to get this guy down, because why not give him more targets for no more witnesses? I'm pretty sure he's playing some kind of removal like Sunfall or okay, so Lightning Helix. That's fine. Don't really care. So yes, this is Jeskai control. I can tell you for sure, if you're looking for a card game that's actually strategy, the Magic is a game you can have a kick-ass start. Yeah. Torch the Witness. Okay. Yeah, that's dead. That's fine with me. All right, I think it's time to get Raleigh boy down here. Let's see. You got a counterspell? Nope. Perfect. Let's go ahead and play this. I'm gonna save it for next turn, because if he plays some big dude, we can deal 5 damage to it. Oh, he's got his own Raw. That's cute. Okay, so we'll just galvanize this token. Perfect. Oh, that works. Let's go ahead and into the Flood Maw on that thing. Bye-bye. And then we're going to go ahead and play this. Discarding this. And then we're going to play this. Oh, yeah. Hey, what's up, Omega? Thanks for stopping by, man. And then we're going to play this to shoot this for 1. And then we're going to send this here and kill his Raw. And then we're going to make another token, so that next turn we can pop off. That's fine. All right, let's go and get this guy out. Let's go and get another one out. Yeah, let's go ahead and play a land, because that'll help us when we draw cards off of the emblem here. Oh, so this is a card I did not think of. Draw 2 cards, then you may discard 2 cards. When you do, it deals deals X damage to each creature. Okay, that's definitely a card I did not think of playing. But he's got to discard 2 cards. Oh, wait, what? Then you may discard 2 cards. Interesting. So he didn't discard 2 cards. Okie dokie. Very interesting. That's a 3/3. Yeah, we're just going to attack his face. Because I have a feeling he's got like another Brotherhood in, and I don't want to flip that thing until I'm ready. Yep, see? I told you. I figured he had another Brotherhood in, so I didn't want to flip this yet. Okay. Oh my goodness. Are we going to continue to draw lands like crazy again? Okay. You know what? I think at this point, we got to do this. Oh, look at that. Okay. So we'll discard this, discard this. Let's go ahead and play this with the offspring. And we have another Raw ready in case he Brotherhood and for the third time. He's got a counterspell. 3 steps ahead. Okay. Resolves. Let's go and play a land. And pass the turn. Make him have to kill our Raw. Teferi. Interesting. Okay. Oh my goodness. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14 out of my 22 lands. Oh. All right. So he's tapped out. You know what I think we do? I think we do this again. Oh my God. Are you kidding me right now? Okay. Play another Raw. Play an Otter. Just play this. And go ahead and end the turn. Jeez. This is insane. This is insane how many lands we have drawn. We have 28 cards left in the deck. Like, there's got to be some spells coming here. Okay. Temporary lockdown? Fine. Resolves. All right. Do we start the chain? Does it happen? Let's see. Slide a hand. I guess we'll just take this. Play this. And make an Otter. In the turn. He's really trying to protect this Teferi. Which is fine. We'll let it go up a little bit more, and then what we'll do is hopefully get it into the Flood Maw, bounce it. That's fine. Oh my! Are you? Is this real life? If I draw 3 more lands, I'm gonna. Okay, draw 3 more lands. So let's discard these 2. Let's go ahead and experimental augury. I like the shock. We'll go with another experimental augury here. All right, let's see what happens here. We got a counterspell ready. Yep, go to 11. We might be able to get there, depending on how the next turn goes. We might be able to get there. Okay, here we go, guys. Okay. Experimental augury. We'll get this just in case. Okay, now we're going to activate Brawl. Okay, Picklock Prankster. We'll just grab the sleight of hand. This one will grab the experimental augury. All right, and then we're going to play Shock here. That's fine. Let's go ahead and galvanize here, because that'll bump up our storm count. So we're basically storming off right now. Now he's going to take 6, and then we're going to again, and he's going to take another. He's going to take like 18 right now, and he's dead. Woo! Storm! Storm! We got there. After drawing literally our entire deck. Like, that was wild. That was insane that we had to draw that much land. But that experimental augury with Raw is chef's kiss. Like, double counters every time I cast that spell. Like, put 2 counters, 2 counters, 2 counters, 2 counters. Like, that is insane. So yeah, pretty happy. There is a couple things I've probably changed in the deck. I'm not sure yet. I'll kind of go over. Like, Hadi Djinn is good. It's a good target. Everybody tries to kill it. It makes your spells cheaper. But it also is a giant beat stick win con, like in case you can't storm off with Raw. So let's go look at the deck real quick again one more time so you guys can kind of see it. But it's a fun standard deck. I enjoy playing it. I'm probably going to tweak some numbers on it and tweak some of the things with it, as far as like, maybe I think if there's 4 auguries, great. If there isn't, then I need to up it to 4. No, there is 4. Okay. So let's come on, change the layout so we can see the. There we go. So let's just go over the deck real quick. 4 into the Floodmaw, which is really good at balancing those early creatures, helping out with problematic permanents. Like, as you saw in that last game, if we had to, we could have bounced that to Fairy by gifting them a fish. Sleight of Hand, amazing card. 1 blue to filter through the deck. 3 shocks. Shock was really good. I think 3 is like the perfect number. I think if you go 4, it's too many. They're reason why I like the 3 shocks is playing the 2 frolicking familiars, which does the blow off theme, which is another storm count for basically like grape shotting them. So this was like the all-star of the deck with Raw. Being able to proliferate Raw after putting a counter on him because of his static ability, just insane how fast you can get him up to the 10. Picklock Prankster, I'm not sold on this card yet. I might switch it with something else. Not sure yet. I might like go up to 3 demand answers and 3 of this mage because I really didn't get to see it play out too much. And then maybe we add like 2 lightning strikes or something. And then galvanize. It wasn't bad, but I think it still has the playability because of Sheldred. So like if I'm able to demand answers or Invasion of Mercadia to draw some cards, and then galvanize it, like, yeah, I'm gonna take some damage, but I can get it, or I can do it like in response to them casting it, play the demand answers, and then once it lands, galvanize it. Like it helps. 2 Confounding Riddle, I think, is the right number. I think it came in clutch on a couple games. I haven't used it for the look at 4, which I think we might go up to 3 if we take out the Picklocks, just because, like I'm not sold on this card yet. But Raw did amazing. We actually ulted 3 times. The first game we were about to ult, the guy conceded. So we literally, I'm going to count it as we got him to the ult. So we played 5 games and we ulted him like 3 times. So, and even like all 3 of his abilities are powerful. Like as you saw, like I activated the draw 3 to filter through the deck as fast as I could with another one sitting in my hand. So it's like, I feel like this deck is really fun, and having 2 of these in here just as like a little bit of a ping damage in there is good. But all in all, like I would give this a 7 out of 10 at first iteration. I mean, the deck performed fairly well. Yeah, I mean, for having 22 land, we drew a lot of land, which was surprising, but we offset that with our draw spells and, our filter spells like sleight of hand and experimental. So it kind of helps get through that kind of land clumping. But other than that, like I really like this deck. What are your guys' thoughts? I mean, if you guys like it or you have some comments of maybe trying something else, because I honestly think Picklock might be the card that gets cut. That might be the one card that I'm not 100% sold on. So, yeah, if you guys got any suggestions, please put them down in the comments. If you're watching the playback, yeah, comment down below on what you think worked good or what didn't work good. Yeah, I know you missed most of it, Omega, but it ran fairly well for this is the first draft. Like the first part of the stream, I literally built this, and then the rest of it, I was gameplay. So, but yeah, I'm gonna try to do this more often, where I jump on like a Saturday morning like this, to try and get, like maybe build a new deck or tune a deck or something along those lines. Maybe you guys have some suggestions. Maybe you want to see a certain card get built around or whatever, and I don't mind trying it, So let me know what you guys think, and that'll do it for arena gameplay today. But if you guys missed the beginning of the stream, back to let's see here. We still have the pool game going on. I do have some EDH gameplay. I streamed when you got me into a group a couple weekends ago. You got me into a group with some guys. I streamed that. So yeah, I'll try to do that if I jump into some Commander games. I probably won't be in any today because we're going to go out and do some stuff, get out of the house, go have some fun, whatever. So I was doing this early in the morning to get it done and out. Yeah, no problem, Wiz. Catch you later. Thanks for stopping by, man, and chatting. But yeah, the pool game, August 24th. That is coming up quick, 2 weeks away. We already have half of the pools sold. And once it's sold, it's sold. There's no more after that. We have 130 spots, and I think 65 spots have already been bought. So if you want to get in, you got to get in soon because it's gonna sell out. And the sellout, Shelter of the Apocalypse will be going home with somebody. That foil etch that's in the pool game with the sellout, it will be going home. So we do have also if you miss out on that, we have the raffle coming up. There is a why is it doing that? I want it to do that. There is a commander deck being given away in that raffle. There's a borderless Emrakul, the World, the new foil being given away in that raffle. Couple other cards and product will be given away. So yeah, tickets are $2 per ticket. It'll be an actual physical ticket. This is just a playing card, but I'm going to write a name on a ticket. Let's say you buy 10 tickets. You get your name written on 10 tickets. It's thrown in a box. It will be a physical live drawing. We will be just drawing the names out of a box for each of the prizes. There is no quantity amount for this. You can buy as many as you want. We can sell as many as we want. The more we sell, the better. A lot of the money from this will be put back into the channel for giveaways and other content and things. If you're not a Patreon member, the Patreon links are down below. Discord link is down below. If you have any questions, you can reach out to me on Discord. I'm usually on there. So yeah, that will do it for today, guys. Thank you guys for stopping by and hanging out with me and watching me build that deck that I've been wanting to build. Shout out to Hillbilly for kind of giving me a little bit of inspiration when he was checking through all his planeswalkers. Raw really stuck out to me, and I'm a blue-red is like my favorite color combination besides blue-black. So definitely an Isn't Mage. So that was fun to build and have some fun with. But with that, guys, I got to get some breakfast and get going for the day. So again, I appreciate all of you. Thank you guys for all stopping by. And as always, stay syrupy, my friends.